Hello everybody! Today I am starting out by priming my face. If you watch my videos, you know I don't do this often, but I literally went to Sephora right before I filmed this and I got a sample of the Becca Backlight Filter Face Primer, so I'm using that. I want to go for a really dewy glow today, so I am then taking the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation and I'm blending that across my face using a damp beauty blender and very, very light pouncing motions. If you watch my videos, you are probably shocked that I am not using the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, but like I said, I went to Sephora and wanted to try something different. I wanted a very wet, dewy glow, and I wanted it to be super lightweight and super sheer, just to add kind of an all-over evenness to my skin. I must say I did return both of these products because something made my face burn. Not sure what it was. I loved the finish of both of them though, so I wish it worked out, but it just did not for my skin. I'm then taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and just going over my cheeks where I have some more areas that need a little more attention and a little more coverage. I am then taking the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer and I'm going to be highlighting and concealing using this. So I am using a shade that is lighter than my skin tone. This is a little more full coverage than the Maybelline Fit Me 2, so it's going to really give you a nice defined highlighted area. I'm blending that out with the other side of my beauty blender to really get in the crevices that the other side cannot reach, and I also take that up onto my eyelid to prime for my eyeshadow. Again, I love using the beauty blender. It just really adds to that really wet, dewy look, which is what I wanted to go for today. So I'm just blending all of that out. I absolutely love the way that this primer and this foundation made my skin look. I'm just so disappointed that it burned my skin. It just didn't work for me. I'm then going to be setting my eyelids, and this is going to set that concealer and prime for eyeshadow. I'm then going to be quickly filling in my brows. Just going to speed through this real quick. I am using the NYX Brow Definer, and I love how little this brow definer is. It really helps you define your brows and get really like precise without being too dramatic. I love it. I am then going back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I say back in because I just posted a video with a warm, smoky eye using this palette, but today I wanted to go for a softer look. Very simple, only uses a few shades in the palette. So first I am going in with Hunts. I am taking that on a big fluffy brush and I'm blending that throughout my whole crease. I'm starting out on the outer corner and taking it all the way to the inner corner, just blending back and forth. I am then taking Hunts again on a pencil brush and I am just lightly putting this on my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in and define it a little more. Just wanted to kind of start to work that area a little bit. I'm then going in with Faint, and this is a very pretty light pink shimmery color, and oh, I just love the way that this looked, and I was so happy the way that it turned out and how it paired with Hunts. They really they go together. It's like they were made for each other. So I just used a flat shader brush to put that all over my eyelid. I am then taking the same big fluffy brush with just a little bit of Hunts on it. I'm going back in and blending that throughout my crease to blend the two colors together, make sure that there aren't any harsh lines, and just really blowing that crease out. I am building the color up just a little bit more. I wanted it to be a little more intense than it was. I wanted to keep it pretty natural, but I still wanted it to be a little more blown out than natural, I guess I would say. So I'm taking that same big fluffy brush and blending throughout my crease, starting on the outer corner to the inner corner and just really blending that so it is nice and smoked out and that there aren't any harsh lines. For my brow highlight, I'm taking Beam and Light. I'm mixing those colors and plopping that on my brow to highlight that area. I'm then going back in with Faint, and I'm just really packing this color on to my eyelid. I really wanted it to be more intense and kind of more wet looking, so that's why I'm just really packing it on and focusing on the lower eyelid area. I am then taking In Light and highlighting my inner corner using this color. I love this highlight for the inner corner highlight. It's just a great color for that. I'm then going back in with Hunts on that same pencil brush and really starting to blow it out just a little more on my lower lash line. Like I said, I want to keep it pretty natural, but I still want it to be blown out and kind of warm on that lower lash line. So I'm just blending back and forth. I'm then taking the shade Soda Pop on a liner brush. This is a really dark brown shade, and I wanted to, like I said, keep it more natural. I don't want it to be super dark or smoky, but I did want my eyes to be defined a little more. I didn't want them to just kind of like disappear. I was going to do a nude eyeliner, but I wanted it to be a little more defined than that, so that's why I'm taking an eyeshadow. It's going to look really natural. I'm taking that on my waterline, and then I am also putting it on my upper lash line, just blending it into my lashes. And this is really just going to give your eyes a little more definition without having like that thick, super liner look on top and the bottom. It's just really going to help define your eyes without kind of taking over the eye look, if that makes sense. Moving on to the face, I am setting my highlighted areas using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm taking it on just kind of like my normal little brush. I think this is actually a blush brush, but this is what I am doing. I'm putting that just on my highlighted areas so my highlighted areas are set. I don't want my whole face to be super powdery because, like I said, I'm going for a more dewy look. I'm then going to be bronzing up my skin like usual. I really need the bronzing. It's mid-July and I'm still super pale, but this is how you fix that. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I am just going to start bronzing up my skin. I like to start out on my forehead, and I just take that on the sides of my forehead to kind of meet where I have my little widow's peak. I am then going to kind of start to contour my cheeks. If you watch my videos, you know I don't really harshly contour. I kind of contour and then bring it up onto my cheekbones to really just give the skin an overall bronzed effect without having a very harsh contour. That is what I like to do with my bronzer. I then just take the excess and run it down the sides of my nose so everything is nice and even and blends together. I'm then taking a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. This is in the shade Party, and I'm just plopping this on my cheekbones. I start on the kind of like outer cheekbone and just blend it throughout my whole cheek area. I'm taking that same powder brush that I used with no product on it. I'm just kind of going over the areas where I applied my blush and bronzer to make sure there aren't any harsh lines and that it's nice and blended. I'm then going to really be highlighting my face because, like I said, I want to be nice and dewy. So I'm taking the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, applying that on my cheekbones and basically just all over my face to really have a nice overall glow. For lips, this is my go-to for everybody. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair. This gives you a nice wet look on your lips, and that is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.